All right, today we're going to tackle a big one. It's one of the most famous, most chanted, and honestly, one of the most profound texts in all of Mahayana Buddhism. We're talking about the Heart Sutra. It's incredibly short, but wow, its message has been ringing out for centuries.
So, what does this ancient text actually say? To really get to the heart of its wisdom, we've got to go right back to the beginning, to the absolutely incredible scene where this whole teaching was first shared. You see, this teaching doesn't happen in some quiet little monastery. Nope. The sutra opens on a legendary place called Vulture Peak Mountain, and let me tell you, the audience is absolutely massive.
I mean, just try to picture this for a second. 100,000 monks have gathered to hear the Buddha speak. That's a stadium-sized crowd, and every single one of them is focused on this one teaching.
But wait, that's not all. The text also says there were 77,000 bodhisattvas there. Now, these are enlightened beings dedicated to helping everyone else, and this group includes some pretty famous figures, like Avalokiteśvara, who is totally central to our story.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. The Buddha himself doesn't actually deliver the main teaching. Instead, out of this enormous crowd, the Bodhisattva Avalokiteśvara steps up to share an incredible insight he gained from his own deep meditation.
So, while in this profound state of meditation, Avalokiteśvara takes a hard look at the very nature of his own being. And in that deep seeing, he has this powerful, world-changing realization about what we are, and maybe more importantly, what we aren't.
And here it is, the crucial point he realizes. The 5 things we think make up ourself, which Buddhists call the skandhas, he sees that they're all, well, empty. This includes everything: our physical form, our sensations, like feeling good or bad, our perceptions of the world, our mental formations, like our thoughts and habits, and even our basic consciousness. So, what on earth does it mean for all these fundamental parts of us to be empty?
This insight leads us straight into the most iconic, and let's be honest, often misunderstood line in the entire sutra. It's a paradox for sure, but it holds the key to the whole thing.
Let's try to break this down a bit. The sutra says that form, and that means everything we can see and touch and experience in the physical world, isn't actually separate from this idea of emptiness. They aren't two different things at all.
And just as important, the reverse is also true. Emptiness isn't some black hole or a void out there somewhere. You find it right here, woven into the very fabric of form itself. Now this is the key. It's not saying things don't exist. It's saying they don't have some fixed, separate, independent existence all on their own. Everything is profoundly connected.
The sutra repeats this line just to make sure it sinks in. Think of it like a wave in the ocean. The wave's form is the water, and the water is the wave's form, right? You can't pull them apart. In the same way, form and emptiness aren't two separate things. They're just two sides of the very same coin, one single flowing reality.
So the sutra then takes this powerful idea and just applies it across the board, radically taking apart everything we usually think of as solid and real and separate. This logic of emptiness gets applied to absolutely everything. In this ultimate reality, there is no separate eye or ear, no separate sight or sound. And then it goes even further, and this is where it gets really wild. It starts negating the core teachings of Buddhism itself. No suffering, no path, no wisdom to attain. Now that sounds shocking, but the point isn't to destroy Buddhism, it's to show that even these powerful concepts aren't fixed things to be grasped. They're also part of that interconnected flow.
So, what's the point of all this? I mean, if everything is empty, why should we care? Well, the sutra gives us a deeply practical and very human reason. This is the path to freedom from fear.
The text explains that when a bodhisattva truly relies on this wisdom of emptiness, their mind becomes free from obstacles. And think about it. If there's no fixed self to protect and nothing solid to cling to, what's left to be afraid of? This incredible fearlessness is the gateway to ultimate liberation, the state we call nirvana.
And to wrap up this profound teaching, the sutra boils all of this wisdom down into its purest possible form, a single, incredibly powerful mantra.
This isn't just some random string of words. It's presented as the ultimate expression of this truth, a tool so potent it's said it can cut through all suffering because it holds the essence of the entire sutra.
And here it is. Now, a full translation is pretty complex, but it's often interpreted as something like, gone, gone, gone beyond, completely gone beyond, awakened, so be it.
It's really a call to action, to move beyond our limited way of seeing things and into full awakening.
Our whole journey into this ancient wisdom was really made possible by the incredible work of the Comprehensive Buddhist Electronic Text Archive Foundation, or CBTA. They're the ones who digitize and preserve these vital scriptures for all of us.
And so the Heart Sutra doesn't just hand us all the answers. It leaves us with a really deep question to think about. In a world where nothing is truly separate and everything is interconnected, what does it actually mean to be free? That's a question worth meditating on.